Baywatch is a 2017 American action comedy film directed by Seth Gordon and based on the television series of the same name. The film stars Dwayne Johnson, Zac Efron, Priyanka Chopra, Alexandra Daddario, Kelly Rohrbach, John Bass, and Ilfanesh Haidara. Principal photography began on February 22, 2016, in Florida and Savannah, Georgia. The film was released in the United States on May 25, 2017, by Paramount Pictures, and has grossed $28 million worldwide. Plot In Emerald Bay, Florida, Lt. Mitch Buchanan and his team of lifeguards, including second-in-command Stephanie Holden and veteran C.J. Parker, protect the beaches and the bay as part of an elite division known as Baywatch. Having made over 500 rescues in his career, Mitch is beloved by the community, to the annoyance of local beat cop Garner Illerby and Mitch's superior, Captain Thorpe. During one of his morning patrols, Mitch discovers a small pouch of drugs washed up near the Huntley Club, which is now under the ownership of businesswoman Victoria Leeds. Quinn and Ronnie both pass the trials, but Brody refuses to do so and insists that his celebrity alone entitles him to a place on the team. Despite Brody demonstrating his abilities by assisting in the rescue of a drowning woman and her son, Mitch complains to Thorpe that he is unfit. Thorpe, in turn, insists that rehabilitating his image is necessary to convince the city not to further cut Baywatch's funding. As Brody begins his training under Mitch, it becomes clear that he is developing a crush on Quinn. The team is called into action when a private yacht catches fire, during which Brody disobeys orders and dives directly under the flames, causing him to nearly drown before Holden and CJ save him. Most of the boat's occupants are saved, with the exception of a deceased man identified as a city official. When Mitch tries to investigate his body, Illerby shows up and informs him that he is not a cop and has no business trying to solve a crime. Brody makes it clear that he agrees, which causes a rift between him and the other lifeguards who support Mitch. At a party held by Leeds, Brody botches his role as lookout by getting drunk. Mitch retaliates by humiliating him in front of the crowd. Brody, who is effectively broke and homeless because of his poor life choices, goes to him the next morning and begs for a second chance. Mitch agrees and takes him and Quinn to infiltrate the city morgue, where they record two of Leeds' men planting a falsified autopsy report to cover up the fact that the councilman was murdered on her orders. Unfortunately, they are discovered, and though Mitch manages to subdue and capture one of them, the recording is destroyed and Illerby is forced to release their suspect on a lack of evidence. Angered, Thorpe threatens to fire Mitch if he oversteps his authority again. Convinced that Leeds is running drugs out of the Huntley, Mitch and Brody go undercover and sneak into the club kitchen, where they witness her workers retrieving the drugs from barrels of fish and processing them. They contact Illerby, only to learn that another body has been found on the beach. Thorpe, enraged that Mitch essentially deserted his post, fires him and names Brody as the new lieutenant. Brody accepts the job reluctantly, and Mitch takes a job as a cell phone salesman. After finding another pouch of drugs on the beach, Brody steals the second victim's report from Illerby and brings it to Quinn, who confirms his suspicion that the man was murdered. Ronnie, upon recognizing the victim as his friend Dave, helps Brody hack into Leeds' servers, revealing her plan to privatize the entire beach by systematically buying out or eliminating every competing business owner. The team infiltrates a private party on Leeds' personal yacht, discovering how she's been using the hull to smuggle the drugs. Brody is captured and placed in a bait cage to be drowned, and a gloating Leeds reveals that she bribed the corrupt Thorpe to set Mitch up so he could justify firing him before pushing the cage into the water. Just before Brody drowns, Mitch appears and saves him. The two catch up to Leeds, while Ronnie and CJ use fireworks to prevent her escape helicopter from landing. Just as they run out, a wounded Mitch, having intentionally stung himself with a sea urchin to boost his adrenaline, uses a Roman candle to blow Leeds up, saving Brody once again. Illerby arrives and takes Thorpe into custody, apologizing to Mitch for doubting him. In the aftermath, Mitch formally inducts Quinn, Ronnie, and Brody into Baywatch and introduces their new captain, Casey Jean. Cast Dwayne Johnson as Mitch Buchanan, the leader of an elite team of lifeguards. Zac Efron as Matt Brody, a disgraced former Olympian turned lifeguard, used as a PR opportunity. Priyanka Chopra as Victoria Leeds, the new owner of the Huntley Club, suspected of using her business as a front for drug smuggling. Alexandra Daddario as Summer Quinn, one of the new recruits, along with Matt and Ronnie, tough, brainy, a skilled surfer, and the love interest of Matt. Kelly Rohrbach as CJ Parker, Ronnie's love interest. John Bass as Ronnie, funny, awkward and a skilled disco dancer at the beach, who falls in love with Parker. Ilfanesh Haidara as Stephanie Holden, Mitch's second-in-command. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as Garner Illerby, a police officer who is constantly reminding Mitch that he has no real authority over the bay. Rob Hibble as Don Thorpe, Mitch's superior, who wants to restore the financially troubled Baywatch program. Hannibal Buress as Dave the Tech, a baker community local and Ronnie's friend. Belinda as Carmen, Jack Kesey as Leon, Amin Joseph as Frankie, Isabel Goulart as Amber, Charlotte McKinney as Julia, Arian Foster as himself, Seth Gordon as helicopter pilot. Original stars of the TV series, David Hasselhoff and Pamela Anderson, made cameos in the film portraying Mitch the Mentor and Casey Jean Parker, the new captain. Production. In September 2012, it was announced that Reno 911, co-creator and star Robert Ben Garant would direct the film version of Baywatch for Paramount Pictures. On October 2, 2014, Dwayne Johnson was attached to star for the lead role. Justin Malin was set to rewrite the script. On July 23, 2015, Seth Gordon was set to direct the film, which Johnson would produce. Danny Garcia through 7 Bucks Productions, with the Montecito Picture Company and Beau Flynn. Damian Shannon and Mark Swift wrote the latest draft and the film would be in comedic style. On August 10, 2015, Zac Efron signed on to star in the film, and producers would be Beau Flynn and Ivan Reitman along with Johnson's 7 Bucks Productions. On November 9, 2015, Deadline reported that 7 actresses were among the short list who would be testing for the lead female role. Those included Alexandra Daddario, Ashley Benson, Nina Dobrev, Alexandra Shipp, Shelley Hennig, Bianca A. Santos, and Denise Tantz. On November 18, 2015, Johnson confirmed Daddario to play the role of Summer, a lifeguard and the love interest of Efron's character. On January 4, 2016, Kelly Rohrbach's casting as C.J. Parker was confirmed by Johnson's Instagram post. Damian Shannon and Mark Swift wrote the screenplay, while Johnson would produce the film along with his partner Danny Garcia through their 7 Bucks Productions, and Flynn, Reitman, Michael Burke, Douglas Schwartz, and Gregory J. Bonan. On January 20, 2016, Johnson again posted on his Instagram about casting Ilfanesh Haidara as Johnson's love interest. On January 27, 2016, John Bass was cast in the film to play Ronnie, a funny, awkward and a skilled disco dancer at the beach, who falls in love with Parker. On February 12, 2016, Hannibal Buress joined the cast of the film to play a Bay Community local. On February 17, 2016, Priyanka Chopra signed on to star in Baywatch, playing the antagonist in the film. The role was originally written for a male. In March 2016, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II joined the cast as Illerby, a cool cop who is constantly reminding Mitch that he has no real authority over the Bay. On March 12, 2016, after several weeks of speculation, singer Belinda confirmed she will be joining the cast. Jack Kesey and Amin Joseph were also cast in the film. Vine star Logan Paul announced that he is in the film but his scenes were later cut. Isabel Goulart is also in the cast. Filming. Principal photography on the film began on February 22, 2016, in Deerfield Beach, Florida, with the setting in Broward County, Florida, while the TV series was set in Malibu, California. The film was shot in Miami and Savannah, Georgia. In late March 2016, filming started shooting in Tybee Island, Georgia. Release. In January 2016, Paramount Pictures scheduled Baywatch for a May 19, 2017 release, which was previously set for Terminator Genisys sequel. In December 2016, Paramount pushed the release date back 1 week to May 26, 2017, to avoid competition with Alien: Covenant. In April 2017, the film was moved 1 day earlier, to avoid direct competition with Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales. Box office. In the United States and Canada, the film was initially projected to gross around $40 million from 3,642 theaters over its 5-day opening weekend, with the studio predicting a more conservative $30 million debut. It made $1.25 million at 2,554 theaters from Wednesday night previews, similar to fellow midweek R-rated releases We're the Millers, $1.7 million, and Let's Be Cops, $1.2 million. However, after making $4.5 million on its opening day, including Wednesday night previews, and $5.7 million on Friday, 5-day projections were lowered to $25 million. It ended up grossing $18.1 million in its opening weekend, for a 5-day total of $27.6 million, finishing third at the box office, behind Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, $62.2 million, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, $19.9 million. Critical response. On review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 19 based on 127 reviews and an average rating of 4.2/10. The site's critical consensus reads, Baywatch takes its source material's jiggle factor to R-rated levels, but lacks the original's campy charm, and leaves it its charming stars flailing in the shallows. On Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating, the film has a score of 37 out of 100 based on 41 critics, indicating generally unfavorable reviews. On CinemaScore, audiences gave the film an average grade of B+ on an A+ to F scale. Writing for Rolling Stone, Peter Travers praised the cast while acknowledging the film is not good. Travers rated it 2 out of 4 stars and said, "Think of yourself sitting down for a big 2-hour wallow in instant stupid with a vat of popcorn, slathered in fake butter and possibly a mound of melted M&Ms on top. It feels great chugging it down, then your stomach hurts, your head aches and you puke the whole thing up so you can forget about it in the morning. That's Baywatch in a nutshell." Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 1.5 out of 4 stars, writing, "As was the case with Chips, The Dukes of Hazzard, The Beverly Hillbillies, Car 54, Where Are You? And I'll just stop there. When you make films from junk TV, more often than not you're going to wind up with a junk movie. Potential sequel ===." In May 2017, prior to the film's release, producer Beau Flynn said plans for a sequel were already being discussed, with Johnson, Efron, and screenwriters Damian Shannon and Mark Swift all returning. References External links Official website Baywatch on Internet Movie Database.